may be seated. Good morning. On behalf of the class of 2019, I would like to welcome you, our guests, parents, relatives, and school staff as we celebrate this very special occasion. At this point, I would like to recognize the guests on stage by asking them to stand as I call their names, and please continue to stand. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Dr. Rhonda Schuler, Superintendent. Paige Sales, Chairperson of the Franklin County Board of Education. Dr. Leila Baldwin, Chief of Academics. Danny Williams, Chief of Human Resources. Quinley Coley, Chief of Business and Finance. Dr. Larry Webb, Executive Director of Auxiliary Services. Mrs. Lorraine Jones, Director of Technical and Vocational Education. Mr. Mike Zelinsky, Director of Human Resources. And Jeffrey Hawthorne, Director of Federal Programs and K-8 Education. Franklin County Board of Education member, Mr. Bernard Hall, Vice Chair. Dr. Elizabeth Keith. Mrs. Deborah Brody. Mrs. Rosemary Champion. Mr. Tommy Piper. Ms. Laura Wilson, Assistant Principal. Mr. Lauren Brooks. Thank you. I would like to direct your attention to the insert in your program as I recognize students for their outstanding achievement. We will begin with our high honor students. When I call your name, will you please rise and turn and face the audience. These high honor students have a GPA of 4.2 or higher. Garrett John Moraine, Emily Carson Bale, Crystal E. Farrell, Carsten Hardy Harris III, Mason Charles Horton, Alexa Anselin Usinka, Carrie Lynn Jones, Tomas Oliveris Betas, Colton Thomas Richards, Caitlin Elizabeth Wark, Casey Michelle Salter, James Blake Sanders, Hayden James Simpson, Matthew Aaron Stone, Audrey Jane Wilder, Margaret Deanna Wood. Let's give them a round of applause. At this time, we will call out our honor graduates, but these students will stand as a group. They are recognized by the gold cord. These students have attained a GPA of 3.5 or higher. If you are as an honor graduate, would you please stand and face the audience? Thank you. Next, we will recognize the National Technical Honor Society. These students will be wearing a purple and silver cords. Will you please stand and face the audience? Thank you. Next will be our North Carolina Academic Scholars. These students earn this award by having an unweighted GPA of 3.5 or higher, plus going beyond the regular academic curriculum. With these students, these students will have a special seal on our diploma. Will these students please stand and face the audience? Thank you. Next will be our Beta Club members. These students are recognized and are wearing a gold skull. Will you please stand and face the audience to be recognized? Thank you. Student council member are being recognized and wearing a black hood. The student council member, please stand and face the audience. Thank you. This is our honor music students. They are wearing a pink cord. Would you please stand and face the audience to be recognized? Thank you. Next will be our National Art Honor Society. They are wearing a multicolored cord. Would you please stand and face the audience to be recognized? Thank you. Our Spanish Honor Society, they will be wearing red cords. Would you please stand and face the audience to be recognized? Thank you. Our Future Farmers of America, they are being recognized and they are wearing a national blue and corn gold cord. Would you please stand to be recognized and face down? Thank you. Our Road Catholic National Social Studies Honor Society is being recognized. They are wearing a blue and white cord. Would you please stand and face the audience to be recognized? Thank you. Nurses Fundamentals is being recognized. They are wearing the pink stole and a red, white, and blue cord. Will you please stand to be recognized? Thank you. Work Keys recipient. These students have made work. They passed our Work Keys exams, which gives them national work key credentials. They are wearing the red cords. Will you please stand to be recognized? Thank you. Congratulations to all of these outstanding students. Class of 2019, I am honored to have the privilege to share this special day with you. I have known you for 4 years, some of you longer. You have truly been one of the best classes to graduate from Bunn High School and one of the largest. You have left a lasting legacy of the faculty and staff that care so deeply for you. These are some of the words that they used to describe you. Adventurous, talented, inspirational, unique, lovable, happy, vibrant, generous, exuberant, boisterous, thoughtful, determined, unforgettable, and hardworking. You are a hardworking, dedicated group of young people. You have made amazing accomplishments through your high school years. You won Grand Gold Gators Week every year. You just demonstrated that pride for the entire Bunn High School community. You excelled in the athletic arena, winning 14 conference championships, qualifying for state playoffs, and earning individual trips to state championships, and yet maintaining superior grades in your coursework. You witnessed as freshmen the first Bunn football team to compete for a state championship. Your class is the first class to earn a B rating in the state accountability model for 3 consecutive years. 73% of the class of 2019 will be attending a 2 or 4 year college. 20% plans to enter the workforce, and 6% will be joining the military. The class of 2019 has been awarded a total of $1,504,044 in scholarships. And we did have one student that was awarded over $405,000 worth of scholarships. Class of 2019, even with the accomplishments you've made today, you will leave with something even more special, Bunn High School graduates. You become part of a greater community, a community where individuals become something greater than themselves. A community form a tradition and a commitment to excellence. Wherever life takes you, the college, the workforce, the armed services, you will still be remembered as a Wildcat. Please leave here today knowing you are loved and that we are very proud of you and very proud of the men and women that you have become as graduates of Bunn High School, class of 2019. Thank you. At this time, I would like to call Dr. Rhonda Schuler to present two special awards.
Good morning. This morning I have the honor and pleasure of recognizing the Salutatorian and Valedictorian for the class of 2019 at Bunn High School. And I'm happy to be here this morning with you. First up, I'd like to introduce our Salutatorian, Caitlin Elizabeth Wark, the daughter of Craig and Nancy Wark. If she'll come forward at this time. Caitlin is ranked second in a class of 215 seniors with a cumulative 4.51 grade point average. She was a member of marching band, Rho Kappa, and is president of the Beta Club. Caitlin will be attending North Carolina State University to study biological engineering in the fall. Congratulations to Caitlin. Let's give her a round of applause. If Carlton Harris III would come forward at this time. This year's valedictorian ranked first in the graduating class with a cumulative grade point average of 4.54. Tripp is the son of Carlton and Michelle Harris. He is a member of the Lewisburg Baptist Church Youth Group, Rho Kappa, Beta Club, National Technical Honor Society, and the varsity baseball team. Tripp will be attending the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill to study exercise and sports science to become a physical therapist. Let's give Tripp a round of applause.
Good morning, family, friends, distinguished guests, and most importantly, the class of 2019. I want to say a quick thank you to everyone in the building, the parents, the families, the friends, and the faculty who have supported us, guided us, and mentored us throughout all of these years. As cliched as it sounds, none of this would be possible without you by our side. When I found out I had the privilege of writing this speech, first I had a little mental breakdown, and then I Googled how do you write a salutatorian speech. I found out that I should focus on what high school is like for us. In order to stay true to this, I wanted to write you a speech that we could all relate to. We may not have all had the same interests or experiences as Bunn, but our common denominator is this. We all made it here together, and in this moment, we are one. Recently, I looked back at our freshman yearbook, and I realized that we thought we knew exactly what our life would be like for the next few years. In hindsight, I'm not sure we really had any idea what our futures would hold. You go into freshman year with lots of friends who you thought would be with you to the end. But times change and we do too. This maturity is supposed to happen. This is what these years are for. Most of us are likely not headed towards the career we dreamed about when we were 13, and that's probably a good thing. Because I, for one, used to want to be like a dolphin trader, and then I realized that the world needs a lot of things, none of which involve dolphin training. But in all seriousness, our outlook on life has evolved from naive to just a little less naive. To sum it all up, it's like that meme on Twitter. We thought we had it going on, narrator. They did not, in fact, have it going on. In 2013, researchers administered personality tests to 19,000 people and asked them to report how much they had changed in the last 10 years, and then predict how much they would change in the next 10 years. The majority of these people believed they had changed a whole bunch in the past, but didn't really think they would change much in the future. Scientists call this the end of history illusion. This phenomenon basically means people tend to regard the present at the moment in which they will finally become the person who they think they'll be for the rest of their lives. In other words, we all think we had peaked at some point in our life. Thinking back to freshman year, I'm sure you were probably cringing over some bad haircut you had and thinking about how you had no idea what you wanted to do with your life. 4 years from now, you'll probably look back at these graduation pics and be like, wow, what was I thinking? And might have a whole other different idea of what you want to do with your life from what you do now. So think about who you were 4 years ago. The music you liked, the friends you had, the people you had crushes on, the career you thought you wanted, and think about how some or maybe even all of that has changed. Change is good. Some of you may be looking forward to college or a new job, and others may have no idea what is even going on, and that's okay. The journey that we took through high school to become the people we are today is not our final journey, but one of many journeys. High school is definitely not our hardest feat in life, but it was certainly one of our first obstacles. There will always be goals to achieve and obstacles to overcome. You will have many failures and you will have many accomplishments, but we will never reach this peak in life that many talk about because in the end, it's all just really an illusion. You'll never be finished learning or working on yourself. So with that in mind, I encourage you all to pause and take in this moment. Like right now, look around at all the people surrounding you. These people have been by your side, whether you liked it or not, for at least the past 7 years. 7 years of seeing one another almost every day, and this is probably our last time seeing all these faces in one room. It feels like it was not too long ago when we all locked arms during our final green and gold day. Never will we jump together in celebration to all we do is win, or scream at the top of our lungs in that tiny, crowded square. In this moment, realization hit us as we cried together to that song. You all know what song I'm talking about. As the song said, we only had 5 more minutes left together. The thought of only having together was overwhelming. In reality, we actually had 364,440 more minutes. And in these moments, we learned together, laughed together, cried together, but most importantly, we were simply together. Now we have reached the end of the countdown that I know many of you have set as an alarm on your phone. To my class of 2019, our 5 minutes together have finally come to an end. The moments we have experienced together are now just memories that we will keep close. Although this may be the end of something big, it is the start of something even larger. Because whether your destination is the workforce, military, community college, or in the university, know that you can do great things. My final message to my class is this, basically just YOLO. Don't take life too seriously because in the end, we only get one shot to make our life spectacular. So live without regrets and be kind to all people. And remember, no matter where life takes us, we will always have at least 2 things in common. That one-of-a-kind, Bunn high school education, and always being a wildcat at heart. Thank you all, and congratulations to the class of 2019.
Not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just the sum of every high and every low? In you I find my worth, in you I find my identity. Ooh, oh, you say I am loved, I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong, I think I am weak. You say I am held, when I am falling short, when I don't belong. Oh, you say I am yours, and I believe. Oh, I believe what you say of me. Oh, I believe. Taking all I have and now laying it at your feet. You have every failure, God. You'll have every victory. Ooh, oh, you say I am loved, I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I am weak. You say I am held when I am falling short, when I don't belong. Oh, you say I am yours, and I believe. Oh, I believe what you say of me. Oh, I believe. Oh, I believe. Oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe.
Good morning. My name is Carlton Harris, or as most people call me, Tripp. After 4 years of attending Bunn High School, we are finally ready to graduate. We have been through so much together as a class, not just in school, but socially as well. Our 4 years at Bunn have been somewhat chaotic the longer we stayed at the school. We started out doing simple trends such as dabbing or even whipping, but somehow along the way, eating Tide Pods became the new trend. Thankfully, everyone survived that trend that I know of. First off, I would like to get all the thank yous out of the way. Thank you to all the teachers and staff who constantly pushed us to be better students through the extra remedial time we had during the day and the occasional food incentives. For my friends and I believe it was the food incentives that really pushed us in the classroom. Thank you to the coaches for always making us better people on and off the field. I cannot speak for any sport besides baseball, but I hope that was their goal as well. Thank you to the parents for always providing for us, whether it be helpful math homework or just giving us encouraging words because they didn't even know how to do the math homework. Thank you to the cornerstones of Bunn High School who hardly get recognized. Just to name a few of these people, you have Marsha Perry, Mark Vecchi, and Deborah Brody. Without any of you, Bunn High School would probably fall apart. Lastly, thank you to the class of 2019. Going through high school with most of the same people you went through elementary and middle school with really helps. If high school has taught me anything over the years, it has taught me to be bold and stand up for myself. My freshman year of high school, I was just another annoying freshman to most of the upperclassmen, so being bold freshman year was a struggle. Whenever I wanted to sign up for a club or anything, I would go through my sister Taylor. I wasn't bold enough to talk to the teachers I had never met before, so she would want me to do so. Somehow I was in my sister's shadow, and that is a very hard place to be because she is 4'11" tall. As the year progressed, I began to come out of my freshman shell. I began to talk more and interact more with the older students. I even progressed so much that my favorite substitute, Miss Height, asked if I was a senior. Becoming confident in your abilities as an underclassman gives you the capabilities of having a joyful high school career. This applies in your everyday life as well. But the class of 2019, what gave us the confidence of being the greatest class Bunn has ever had, was winning the biggest day of Spirit Week freshman year, Green and Gold Day. Winning this day gave us hope for the future. It not only inserted a passion for fun within us, but it also brought a sense of pride along with it. I still think to this day the only reason we won that Spirit Day was because of the size of our tractor, thanks to Mason Horton. This everlasting passion for Bunn will stay with us as long as we live, or at least I hope it does. Not this past Thursday, the Thursday before that, I was presented with the task of giving some encouraging words to send the class of 2019 off on a high note. So I'll give it my best shot. Currently going on in the sports world is the NBA Finals between the Toronto Raptors and the Golden State Warriors. Warriors forward Draymond Green stated earlier in the series, if you're trying to do something meaningful, if you don't have the mindset that you're the best ever, you failed already. To be the greatest ever, you have to believe you're the greatest ever. The meaning behind this quote was regarding his defense, but anybody can apply this to their daily life. For instance, you will never be the best plumber if you do not believe you're the best plumber. You'll never be the best singer if you do not believe you're the best singer. You'll never be the best salesman if you do not believe you're the best salesman. The list goes on. When each and every one of us goes our separate paths, whether it be to the workforce, military, or college, keep the mindset that you are the best and do not let others tell you differently. Stand up for what you want no matter what it takes. Whether you believe in a certain religion or a certain tradition, or even believe in like in Yankees, do whatever you want in life. As many of you know, I work at the Ace Hardware here in Lewisburg. I know what many are all thinking. He works at a hardware store, but he wants to become a physical therapist. The answer to your question is yes, but that's besides the point. At Ace, I am expected to know general knowledge about electrical work and plumbing. And if you know me, you know that I know absolutely nothing about either. If I were to wire electricity for a house, your house would probably burn down. That is how little I know of electrical works. I've worked at Ace for almost 2 years now, and I have had very few complaints about how little I knew about hardware. The point I'm trying to make is I tried. Trying can take you many places in life, whether it be trying a new food, dating a new person, or even taking a class you never thought you'd see. Yourself taking. Trying new things is a part of life. We all have but so long on this earth, and you don't want to be 85 years old sitting at home wishing you had tried new things when you're younger. Now, I'm not saying get like an infamous tattoo that says no regrets, but instead keep a mindset and try new things. Finally, find what you're passionate about and find a job in that field. They say if you love your job, then you will never work a day in your life. For instance, look at former Tar Heel basketball player Vin Scully. Vin Scully is currently 42 years old and will turn 43 and will be his last season in the NBA next year. This is the true definition of being passionate in your job. To go through grueling workouts for over 20 years just to be better at your job is a sacrifice that very few people are willing to make. One other person that comes to mind for being passionate about their job is former Los Angeles Dodgers announcer Vin Scully. Vin Scully was the announcer for the Dodgers for 67 years. I do not know about y'all, but 67 years is a very long time to be working. The only reason he was capable of announcing for 67 years was because he was passionate about what he did. Finding your passion may be a struggle, but when you find it, your life will be changed for the better forever. A lot of my speech has been centered around sports because I'm passionate for sports, and that's why I'm going in a field that rehabilitates sport injuries. Kevin Hart can quickly sum up what I'm trying to say. Do you, boo-boo? Class of 2019, I'm proud of what we accomplished together as a class, and I can only hope we grow even more as we go our separate paths. We have managed to scare off almost the entire history department, and we have even made some of Bunn's best teachers retire. This year we have history with them. We have been through what is now our third principal, and we have prevailed all 4 years. Many of us will not see each other again after today. For some of us, that's a good thing, but for others, we need to cherish these last memories we have forever. Besides the hundreds of pictures that we would take in a little less than an hour, you will have all summer to create new memories with your peers. Thank you for allowing me to speak today. God bless and go Wildcats.
Okay, before we begin the presentation of diplomas, allow me to remind you of the format of our program. The commencement exercise is divided into 2 parts. The first part is a formal ceremony and is a time to honor the seniors for their academic achievement. It would take time to call 215 names, but each name is equally important and deserves to be heard. We ask that you hold the cheers and applause until all diplomas have been awarded. The second part of the presentation will be a celebration. After all diplomas have been presented and the charge to the class is given, we will enjoy a time together of celebration. Thank you in advance for honoring the class of 2019 appropriately. Marshals, please come forward.
Octavio Lee Acuna. Kelvin Lamar Adams. Karina Ophelia Aguirre Perez. Isaiah Zion Ackridge. Cameron Jamon Alafita. Rachel Hannah Alford. Maya Elizabeth Allen. Thomas Shane Allen. Jashawn Austin Austin. Jackson Brooks Anderson. Odalis Araceli Andrade Villa. Jason Kentrell Armstrong. Garrett John Arini. Taya Alexis Autry. Salvador Avila. Haley Elizabeth Askew. Emily Hannah Bailey. Alexis Chanel Baker. Marty Ray Barnes. Sarah Bartolo Fabian. Kaylee Rain Bass. Emily Carson Bell. Kaylee Paige Benedetti. Haley Elizabeth Bench. Renee Alfredo Bonilla. Michaela Elizabeth Boucher. Alyssa Raquel Brake. Jaquan Andrew Brake. Jeremiah Alonzo Brake. Anna Grace Bridgers. Dylan Scott Brown. Madeline Dionysia Brown. Rachel Lee Brown. Ebony Chantel Bullock. Jordan Elizabeth Bunn. Leanne Macy Bunn. Travis Brewitt Bunn. Kylie Cheyenne Burge. Catherine Rose Busey. Moises Campos Mundo. Grayson Carey Kennedy. Chachi Quintera. Angel Joanne Carruthers. Kelsey Renee Josephine Cash. Viviana Castaneda Torres. Marisol Catalan Soto. Cameron Lee Flimmer. Andriette Deshawn Clifton. Jacob Benjamin Colson. Taylor Nicole Cook. Chase Michael Corey. Zachary Bryant Cornwell. Love Shakira Kalisha Covington. Tyler Wade Crockett. Sienna Renee Cruda. Miranda Lynn Grace Daniels. Armand Santel Davis. Christian Levante Davis. Destiny Marie Davis. Charisma Tierra Davis. Trayvon Jeffrey Diaz. Cassie Lane Dickerson. Jakayla Nicole Dunstan. Raekwon Harold Dunstan. Cordell James Duval. Sierra Paige Duval. Lillianne Grace Edwards. Marilyn Espiritu. Crystal Eve Farrell. Josue Eduardo Franco de Paz. Tara Alexis Fret. Walter Josue Funes Muchada. Katie Marie Gabriel. Nicole Christine Garcia. Oswaldo Garcia Arroyo. Alexis Yolanda Garibay. Michael Gerbos. Colton Shane Gibbs. Abigail Lee Goins. Mugali Gomez Medina. Andy Gonzalez Contreras. Jeremy Anderson Goodwin. Avery Elizabeth Griffin. Justin Dominic Guzman. Carlston Hardy Harris. Michaela Trubria Harrison. Leah Brooke Hart. Christine Michelle Hatchett. Esme Dashell Hedges. Kelsey Alexandra Hernandez. Ahmad Hicks. Caleb Matthew Hinkle. Faith Noel Holland. Talon James Homan. Mason Charles Horton. Adriana Crystal Hurtado. Alexandra Eslin Yusinko. Olivia Jean Hyde. Delilah Anastasia Jackson. Jarius Krishan Johnson. Madison Corinne Johnson. Seymour Bernard Antoine Johnson Coleman. Carrie Lynn Jones. J.B. Jones II. Zaria Tyciana Jones.
Diabe Zacchaeus King. Hunter Allen King. Victoria Hope Kinsey. Carmen Adriana Klinger Rosa. Kayla Shemaya Lee. Ariel Caitlin Levesque. Brianna Rose Lewis. Daisy Alvarez Lopez. Jordy Lopez. Gerardo Lopez Tovar. Dulce Bernice Lopez Villalbazo. Kaylee Dominique Lopez Guzman. Allison Carolina Lopez Reina. Mauricio Lugo Rios. Tiffany Monique Lynch. Xavier Zaire Lynch. Alexis Martinez Loida. Kianique Irel McKnight. Justin Naeem Melton. William Neal Mercer. Magala Jordan Miles. Blake Andrew Mills. Ashanti Najee Mitchell. Taryn Leanne Moore. Malachi Michael Morrow. Caleb Baker Morton. Haley Lola Mullen. Ian Williams Murray. Lydia Faye Naharo. Hannah Nicole Nazelrod. Jackson Gray Neal. Tomas James Jude Oliveras Bedos. Bradley Patrick O'Neill. Ryan Wade Pate. Logan Priscilla Payne. Dalvia Azaria Peace. Jessica Vasquez Perez. Alexis Kate Perry. Jalen Isaiah Perry. Quentin Antoine Perry. Isaac Jacob Pittman. Faith Plaisance. Caitlin Christine Price. Joshua Willard Pridgeon. Avery Rose Proctor. Bernardo Devani Ramirez Salveron. Quentin James Ray. Ashley Aaliyah Revis. Brooke Elizabeth Rice. Colton Thomas Richards. Ryan Dale Richardson. Meante Ravon Riggs. Gabriela Elizabeth Rivera Chavez. Jasmine Roa Ortiz. Caitlin Elizabeth Rourke. David Noel William Michael Rogers. Wisdom Joseph Zaire Rutherford. Phoenix Tyler Saldana. Casey Michelle Salter. Celeste Marie Sawyers. James Blake Sanders. William Reagan Schmidt. Caitlin Mackenzie Schroeder. Aaron Lynn Scott. Robert Scott Simmons. Hayden James Simpson. Joseph Lee Smith. Joshua Stafford Smith. Michelle Sosa Lopez. Taylor Ann Elizabeth Stanley. Bentley Ryder Stasowitz. You're reminded that each and every graduate's name is just as important as the one before. Please hold your celebration until the appropriate time. Mallory Ray Stasowitz. Matthew Aaron Stone. Omar Muhammad Talusi. Madison Rayleigh Farrington. Emma Josephine Thigpen. Brittany Ashley Rue Thompson. Juwan Amir Thorne. Rebecca Marie Tillman. Joanna Torres. Jarrett Brian Towns. Deontay Devon Vick. Jacqueline Villa Morales. Tyran Deshawn Vincent. Michael Sean Lee Van Lydick. Kelsey Alice Walden. Sarah Grace Ann Wall. Taylor Faith Wall. Alexis Rose Watt. Emmanuel Isaiah Whitley. Audrey Jane Wilder. Sakedrick Deontay Williams. Logan Allen Williams. Morgan Marie Williamson. Ashley Renee Williford. Delaney Elizabeth Wilson.